So as I explained in part 8, when I was declared dead in 2012 for 23 minutes, and I woke up in the hospital 36 hours later, I was paralyzed from my neck down. They said, I'll never ever walk again. I'll never walk again. And I went into fight-flight mode. I worked against it. I didn't want to believe that. I thought, you know what? I'm out of here. No way. It's not finished for me yet. I got to get up. I'm going to get up. So I started moving my left arm, and I slowly started to move my whole body. It took me 45 minutes to get up and move everything in my body except for my right hand leg. I was only halfway through with my right hand leg 45 minutes later. They thought it was a misdiagnosis, obviously. And of course, I thought the same thing when I got up. But here's something astonishing. They said I had been in an induced coma and I had more than 900 milligrams of Valium shot into me. And technically, I couldn't get up just with that alone. When I told him I'm going to get up, the doctor said to the nurse sitting next to me, he said, put him back under induced coma. I said, don't do that. I'm going to get up, and started moving my arm, and they were watching me. So they come to the conclusion it was a misdiagnosis when I got up. And of course, that's what I chose to believe in, because that's what we believe in when we look at things like this. But see, here's something astonishing. This is where something really powerful happens. The event that I had, right, no one in the world prepared me for being snapped. A body snatched like this, dying like this, my body being totally possessed and walking away and pushing me out of my body, and then I'm watching myself walk away. I'm watching myself walk away. And it doesn't happen once, it happens twice. And then I drop. Then I wake up 36 hours later like this. So I didn't believe what they told me. I tried to explain to them what happened, and they looked at me like I was a fool. So I just thought I'd better keep my mouth shut. And they didn't know what was going on. So I worked against everything, right? I thought there's something going on here that they don't understand. I don't know what it was. Nothing in the world prepared me for anything like this. But then I discovered in the streets that a lot of people went through this and had exactly the same adverse effects. A body snatcher. Now, it's astonishing because the COVID Act has a zombie apocalypse, and the Havana syndrome all over the world, with peer reports, states in a lot of peer reports, it's like a zombie apocalypse or a body snatching virus. People losing their vertigo, right? People losing their vertigo and losing their magnetic fields in hospitals with peer reports with concussion. Like a body snatching virus. And a lot of people in this world are different today. A lot of people are losing their friends they have a great relationship with, and all of a sudden the relationship's gone and they're only the personality, the same personality that you knew, but you don't have a relationship with them and they don't want to know you just all of a sudden out of the blue. I discovered people like this. That changed completely, and they could only behave as the same character and the same personality that they developed. But the relationship was gone, not just with me, but everybody else around them. They started to hang around with people like themselves. There was very negative people that's gone through the same adverse effect. And I saw that as being astonishing myself. Okay, so when I died in 2012, I went through a hell of a transformation. For 3.5 years, I cannot explain in a way you'd really understand, because it's outside the mind. When you leave your vessel, the first thing you come to learn is that you leave your mind, right? You leave your own personality. You leave the voices inside your mind that you think with all the time. You know, when you think to yourself and you come to your own conclusion with reasoning and the voice tells you to do it and don't do it, you start to think about that because you escape the mind trap when you die and cross over and come back. So I didn't listen to the voice of my mind anymore. I now think outside the mind. And I went through this adverse effect where I had to rethink about everything I come to learn about life. I was going through the path of my life like I was going through judgment itself, judging every single thing about my life. And this is where it gets really strange and really weird. I started to go back to timelines of 7-year cycles of life. Every 7-year cycle of life, I started to go into that mindset from 0 to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21, 21 to 28. I'm going through every event. Memories are coming back I never had for maybe 20 or 30 years. Start coming back. And memories that was irrelevant didn't come back. All my memories that was irrelevant didn't come back. I lost all my memories when I went through this. I completely lost my memory when I went through this when I died, and I didn't even know who I was for about 5 days. Total amnesia. Every day someone came to see me, right? And to give you an idea, a lady came to see me every day, a friend of mine. And every day she come, I'd say to her, why haven't you come and see me? Why didn't you come and see me? She said, I was here all day yesterday. Can't you remember? No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You weren't here all day yesterday. Nobody was here yesterday. And that's what everyone said to me when they come and saw me. So every day I woke up in Groundhog Day and had no memory every day. This went on for about 5-6 days. Then I went through these strange events, right, to revise my perception. Like I started from zero, right, without any memory, right? Then I went through 7-year cycles of life. 0 to 7, 7 to 14, 14 to 21. I started going through everything in my life, right, all over again. From the minute I come into this world, I had to revise my perception of everything I come to learn. Then I go into a biological study. Okay, I'm in Perth detention centre being unlawfully deported. Unlawfully, they cancelled me and put me through a deportation process. I had to go to hospital for about 5 months to have a full checkup with all my medical files. And everything that's happened to me with a major heart attack, 3 stents fitted, right? Clinically dead 3 times, died in 2012, and paralyzed from here from my neck down. That to make sure I was in good shape before they sent me back to Denmark and deported me. So I went to Perth Hospital, and this is where I learned something that's so far beyond the mind. I'm still limping on my right-hand leg. I'm still limping on my right-hand leg. Because my son walked in 45 minutes later, I put my arm around his shoulders and walked out. So I've been limping on my right-hand leg for 3.5 years. On the 26th of February 2016, I'm sitting with a biologist and a cardiac specialist for 6 hours in hospital, in Perth Hospital. They said, Kim, we are starting to research miracles. Up to this moment, I had no idea about anything in my life. I didn't know nothing. They told me in the biggest mental health research in 2008, in prison, I was the one that brought the cure of the human conditioning in DNA studies done, preserving DNA. They've been keeping an eye on me. They said, I'm in the Star Chamber Inquiry, the biggest think tank. Okay, the biggest think tank. I'm the mastermind on those reports, and it's on my medical file because my psychiatric report's on here. And my psychiatric report proves this as well. Because this is a mental health research with DNA studies done. So they went into all my psychological reports, which goes into jail as well, and also has all the things written from here with Dr. Alan Treat, one of the biggest psychiatrists in Australia. Now, what's astonishing about this is I'm sat down and I'm told I can do these miracles. I'm the one that brought my wife back to life in 2003. I mean, in 1992 with a 2003 poem that made #1 worldwide for 8 months, the one and only. I'm the one, right, that cured my DNA, right, and repaired my genes in such a way I grow new arteries around my stents. This is the first time I find this out when they tell me this. I've repaired my arteries and don't take the medication and still smoke like a chimney. Stage cancer. I've had cancer 5 times and always beat it. For some unknown reason they can't understand. Okay? I had stage 4 cancer, lung and throat cancer diagnosed 2 years ago. And I'm here every day flat out like no one else is. Doesn't affect me at all. And that's astonishing because it's on documents right now in this moment we're in now. So understand this. I'm declared dead. I get up and walk out the hospital and they tell me I've done it myself. They have the evidence right with my biological system and DNA studies done. And my Neuralink, because my right-hand leg still doesn't work, they said, Kim, you can fix it yourself. In fight-flight mode, they explain, go back to those miracles and those times that happen in fight-flight mode, and you can fix it yourself. So I stand up and I fix it myself in a heartbeat right in front of these 2 biologists. They gave me faith I could do it myself. In that moment, I went through the most powerful inflection point of my life. So powerful, you have no idea. When I revised my perception about everything about life, and I'm getting this information that I've got the most authentic DNA, and I'm one of a kind. They're telling me this, 1 of 113, but I'm one of a kind. How would you take this? Well, it's met with the greatest resistance by the majority of the population. They throw stones at me. And one has to wonder what's going on in their mind. If I can do what Christ can and more with that DNA study done, how come people throw stones at me and lie all the time? And they're all credit thieves. How come people are doing this? They must be possessed by demons in the mind, obviously. What other explanation do you have? People's got no faith in it. People don't even care. So watch my page, Street Wisdom Bible page, and the Witness page on Facebook, And listen to my videos because it's going to bring you through this with real wisdom and knowledge.